The mind is like an iceberg, it floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Everywhere I go, I find a poet has been there before me. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. The goal of all life is death. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Time spent with cats is never wasted. The ego is not master in its own house. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Where id was, there shall ego be. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. Civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. The mind is not a vessel to be filled but a fire to be kindled. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is, what does a woman want? The madman is a dreamer awake. No one who, like me, conjures up the most evil of those half-tamed demons that inhabit the human beast, and seeks to wrestle with them, can expect to come through the struggle unscathed. A civilization which leaves so large a number of its participants unsatisfied and drives them into revolt neither has nor deserves the prospect of a lasting existence. Illusions commend themselves to us because they save us pain and allow us to enjoy pleasure instead. We must therefore accept it without complaint when they sometimes collide with a bit of reality against which they are dashed to pieces. The more the fruits of knowledge become accessible to men, the more widespread is the decline of religious belief. Neurosis is the inability to tolerate ambiguity. In the small matters trust the mind, in the large ones the heart. Where there's a will, there's a way. Analogies, it is true, decide nothing, but they can make one feel more at home. Love and work. Work and love, that's all there is. The mind is not a hermetically sealed chamber in which thought processes can occur in isolation from the outside world.